Hello there guys, welcome to the second Clone Wars saved video, and it's going to be a messy one for sure. As a YouTuber, personally, I know how passionate Star Wars fans are because, well, I am one of those passionate fans. When we love something, we love it till the end, and same when we dislike something. And many of us were honestly fed up with the many things that Disney started to micromanage and change, like Solo, a Star Wars story. Instead of it being an original story never heard before, it was a mediocre story borrowing mostly from legends to fill in the gaps. Now, what can I say about The Last Jedi? I have talked about it on my podcast previously, but that movie, man, to this day I still cannot watch that film. There are so many furious moments for me that it just crushed me, but this is not about me. This is about the new season of the Clone Wars series that is coming soon, and about the fact that many of you guys think that this is an apology from Disney for this entire mess that they have made. Remember, they got hated on so hard when they canceled the show back on 2013 because they canceled it so abruptly that it stopped the momentum of the show, and even though later they released the Lost Missions episodes, it still wasn't even good enough. What's worse is that later we got to hear a whole bunch of things about Season 7 and possibly Season 8 and what it could have been. That's when the Clone Wars fans just lost it, and I admit I was one of them. I really wanted to see some rendition of those seasons, whatever it was. We were hungry for more, but we had to accept it. It was over. The Clone Wars will not come back, and for some, it would become worse. The Rebel series seemed really Disneyfied. The movies were met with harsh criticism for lack of risk and playing it safe. When they didn't play it safe in The Last Jedi, they went all out in the other direction and almost destroyed the legacy of Star Wars. It was chaos. Rian Johnson was demolished on social media. Same with Kathleen Kennedy. It seemed that there was no hope for Star Wars anymore. It was a beautiful day, the 19th of July at the San Diego Comic-Con. Something special was coming and we didn't even know it. Dave Filoni came out and actually, for many Star Wars fans, brought back what we loved. This was posted on Twitter. The Clone Wars are back and the whole Star Wars world went crazy. But let's take a step back just a tiny bit. After The Last Jedi and Solo, a Star Wars story, the Disney and Kathleen Kennedy got a lot of flack, and ever since yesterday all I've heard is that this is an apology from Disney to the fans, to make amends and appease the Star Wars fans. Now let's look at this logically. Is there a possibility that this is an apology move? Maybe, yes, I will give it some credit, but if you think about it, this news comes at a time of curiosity. Disney pulled the movies from Netflix and told everyone that they will be exclusively released on the Disney streaming platform. Then came the news for the Star Wars Resistance show, which will focus on the New Republic and the Resistance that came after Episode 6 and will clarify a lot of things before The Force Awakens. And again, all of this will come out only on the new Disney streaming platform. To me, this is mostly a marketing strategy. But yeah, instead of an apology, it could be winning over fans that they may have lost with some bad moves that they did in the past. Even interviews that the directors and Kathleen Kennedy have done, most of them I don't think have a connection to the real fans. They don't really understand why are we crying out and what do we really want. Star Wars as a franchise is deeply connected to the fans, and the moment they lose sight of that, it will all be downhill. Now back to the Clone Wars series. You could be pessimistic about this news and still blame Disney for backtracking, but at this point I feel like you are chasing your own tail. We wanted the Clone Wars series to have an ending, and now we got it. This will be an awesome season, and for anybody who knows how this will play out through the comics and novels that they've read, we just can't wait. One more thing I have to say though, it is still not confirmed if this is the last season of the Clone Wars series. However, Dave Filoni told us this. This season is about putting the final pieces of the story in place, which to me it seems to suggest that it will be the final season of the Clone Wars, but I'm still not buying it. If the Clone Wars return proves immensely popular with the viewers, do you think Disney will just end it right there? I think there is a possibility that Disney will keep the revived series going in some form or way. Maybe not too long, but somehow, hey, you gotta admit, they may find a way to keep the show going. That is it for this video, my friends. What did you think of my ramblings? Am I right or am I wrong? Leave everything down below in the comments. Let's talk about the Clone Wars. I still cannot believe it, really. Can't wait to actually see it, man. Guys, have an awesome day. See you in the next video. And until then, may the Force be with you always.